The Upstate Golf Guys podcast is brought to you by Golfweek Amateur Tour, New York to Upstate, a national tour for all golfers and skill sets in its 31st year. We represent the New York Upstate region, and to join, visit amateurgolftour.net and click Join Now for the best amateur golf tour in the country. David Calise, with his beautiful home for rent in Saratoga Springs. This mansion is located on Airbnb. What a way to enjoy Saratoga with family and or friends on a vacation to golf, go to the horse track, or relax in this beautiful home. For more information, go online to Airbnb/H/mansion in Saratoga Springs for information. Northeastern Insurance Agency for all your insurance needs. Voted #1 insurance agency in the Capital Region in 2024 by the Times Union. For any insurance needs, call Jared at 518-956-3753. The Bunker Indoor Golf, located in over 7 locations across the Capital Region and host of our Golfweek Am Tour Winter League on Saturday mornings. From golfing on their state-of-the-art simulators or having a delicious meal with your friends or family, come on down and visit one of the Bunker locations. Visit them online, getinthebunker.golf. For more information of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast and their partners, visit upstategolfguys.com.
Welcome back to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast. We have another Golf Week spotlight. Adam, these weeks come quick, don't they, buddy?
That's it, but Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2025.
Absolutely.
Our first one of the year, I think.
For sure, man. And to celebrate that, let's invite a new friend onto the podcast. What do you say, Adam?
That's right, yeah. Let's invite this guest. I was actually happy to get a response. It's a privilege and honor to have the Washington, D.C. Metro Tour Director.
What's going on, my man?
Hey,
Can you hear us clearly on your end?
Hey, guys, thanks for having me.
CEPHAS, right? CEPHAS Franklin.
CEPHAS, right. Absolutely, man. Thanks for joining the podcast, my man. Thanks for coming on tonight. What's going on?
Thanks for having me. Well, we're sitting here with about 8 inches of snow on the ground right now.
Yeah.
Probably headed your way.
Washington and Baltimore got hit pretty hard today, right?
Yeah, we got hit pretty hard today. There's not a lot of golf going on around here unless you're ice skating or something. But I am glad you guys have got me on. I have had a couple of guys from New York come down and play a couple of tournaments with us in the past. So it's good that hopefully that, some other guys from up there come down if they're traveling through the DC area. Play one of our tournaments.
Listen, CEPHAS, I tell everybody, the Golfweek Am Tour, we're all one big giant family, right, brother?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, that's it, man. And I love what you just said about the New York State guys coming down to DC to play events. We're one big family, man. And what we push is open arms for our tour. If you're in our area, if you're in a certain area, you're on vacation, man, come play, right? I tell my upstate tour people, if you're down in Florida and you're part of this tour and you're down by Orlando, just say to speak, and you're at the Disney with the family and you want to do a tournament, in Central Florida has something going on, Adam, right? Like they could get in. That's what's the beautiful thing about this tour.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was one of the reasons why I joined. I'm starting. Tell them how old I am now. I'm starting my 15th year here in the DC area playing on the tour. Wow. 16th year for the tour altogether in DC. And my second year actually being the tour director with my co-director, Tom Sawyer, owning the tour here in DC. And we ran it for about 4 or 5 years for Tim and Jen Newman prior to that. So I joined for what you just said, man. I used to go back and forth home to Tennessee and Alabama. So when I go to Mississippi, there was a Memphis tour at the time. I would play in Memphis. I would drive over to Birmingham and play on the Alabama tour. But what I really like about the tour is the competitiveness. You know, the structure. I'm a type of guy. I'm retired military, so I like structure. And you know, just traveling, playing golf, meeting new people. It's the best of all worlds, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with that 1000%. The structure, the competitiveness, but one thing I love about this tour, CEPHAS, and you might agree with me, is the camaraderie of the family. You agree?
Yeah, I mean 100%. You know, I have met folks that I normally would not have ordinarily met over the 15 years that I've been playing on this tour. I've probably been to the national championship 13 years in a row now. I haven't missed a year since I started. And there are guys that I met. I started out in sea flight, played my way up. I've won sea flight here in DC probably about 4 times. Played my way up to B flight, and it's just guys that I've met that now every time I go, we're all looking for each other. You know,
yes, sir.
And the structure of the handicaps, the structure of there's not a lot of sandbagging. Because once you go out there and play, your handicap speaks for itself.
Wait, listen, CEPHAS, explain to my listeners. Everybody has a different view of sandbagging. So, CEPHAS, for my listeners, what is sandbagging down there in Washington, D.C.? I got to know.
So I'll put it this way: my guys, I stay on them all the time. And here's what it's about: if you are playing on the Golfweek Amateur Tour, once you establish a tour handicap, that's your tour handicap.
Yes,
What
sir.
you do outside of the tour, I can't control that. Okay. But what I can control is, guys here will call you out if they see you sandbagging.
They sure will. And
the competitiveness is, and I want everybody to try to improve. Now, you got some guys, they'll play right up to a line. And then, once they get to that line, they start looking around and seeing and start doing stupid stuff. But the guys will call you out. My thing is to everybody, I want to see you improve. I got one guy that started out in D flight. He's all the way in A flight right now.
Wow. Nice, man. Congrats there.
And he's not trying to go back. I got some guys that are in D flight that all they want to do is win D flight and never move up. And I'm on them. But the bottom line is that the competitiveness of the tour, the structure of the tour, forces people to legitimately play.
Yes, sir.
And the handicaps are true. Now again, they're tour handicaps because we can only validate what they play on tour. I can't validate what they play outside of the tour because I don't control that. And so that's one of the things I like about the tour is that what handicap you see on the tour is a legitimate tour handicap.
It is. And tour director Adam up here, do you have anything to state on that? Because
overall, like CEPHAS said, we can't control what somebody does. A lot of times, a lot of guys on our tour, they have their home courses that they'll go out and shoot 76, 77, 78s. And then when they get to the tour, they're shooting mid 80s because obviously you have the, tournament nerves. You have everything is in the hole. People play a little different in tournament play. So, it's fully functioning system that they have on the tour with the handicaps, and sandbagging is very minimal.
Yes.
And if it is, like CEPHAS said, we call them out on it saying, what's this? You signed up as a 19 handicap and you came in shooting a 76, it's just, we don't have any room for that because it just gives the tour that name. Go ahead, CEPHAS.
So one of the things that I do for every person that's new to the tour, the first thing I ask them is, what's your GIN?
Yep.
Now, if they haven't established GIN, I already know that because I've already gone out and searched it. So I already know what the handicap is. And if you registered in, I've had one guy to try to register in one flight, and I pulled a GIN, and I called him, and I said, hey, look, I'm sorry, but I'm moving you up. He's like, what do you mean? I haven't played in a while. I'm like, okay, but your GIN says this.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, what we'll do is we'll start you out with your GIN. Okay. Now, after you play 3 tournaments, you can establish a tour handicap. And then if your tour handicap drops and you want to go up, then you can go up.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay, but if you don't, then you're stuck where you are. I said, but you know, I'm looking at your handicap here, and it says this, and you're requesting to be in this flight, and those two don't add up, and so I can't start you there.
No, CEPHAS, I'm sure. Listen, I'm really good friends with Adam. We text every night, really good friends of mine, and he tells me the struggle, CEPHAS. So I know being a tour director is not easy. And I strongly voice this to all the Upstate Golf Guys podcast listeners and anybody that is in the Golfweek amateur tour family. Give our tour director some love and some credit and a little leniency, right, CEPHAS? Am I right? Like, I mean, you guys take a lot of heat. You guys take a lot of heat, a lot of headache. I'm sure he has his texts are through the roof every night getting complaints. Go ahead, Adam. What do you have to say about that?
My question for CEPHAS is, as a tour director, when you run tournaments, do you go from table to first hole, or do you have time to warm up?
warm up. What's that, man?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I'll be running to the first hole and I have one shoe on, and I'm trying to.
So we have a system here. My co-tour director Thompson Sawyer. We have a system here where Tom is the finance business guy. I'm the operations guy.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So all of the tournament setup, all that stuff, all the emails, all that stuff is on me. Tom is the money guy. He's the accountant, and we kind of have a system. So the way it works is, you know, we show up 2 to 3 hours before every tournament starts. Most guys are just waking up. We're already there.
Yep.
Okay. That's the first thing. Second thing is, once we get set up, and I make sure everything, you know, I do the inside setup. Tom does the flags and all the things on the outside.
Yep.
And, you know, once I get everything set up electronically, because I'm an electronic guy, once I get it set up, Tom comes in and he makes sure everything's right. And then if everything's good, then he takes over. And then I go run and try to at least get, you know, a couple of swings in. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Now, the bad news about that is, until I get the hole 4 or 5, I pray that when I get the hole 4 or 5, I'm only 4 or 5 over. But when I get to 8 over, 9 over, I'm like, oh man, I got to fight.
Oh shit.
You know, and that's on a good day.
Yeah.
But so no, I don't normally get a chance to warm up. Now the other part of that is I don't even get a chance to practice. Okay, so you know, I'm retired military. And I work for the government. So when I leave home on Monday morning at 6 o'clock, I don't get home to 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Jeez.
Okay, I got about an hour commute through traffic or whatever. Get to work about 7:30, work to about 4:30, 5 o'clock if it's not a late meeting. And then I got to do the same thing to get home.
Jeez.
So by the time I get home, I'm tired. I'm like, man, I don't want to go no range.
All right,
So
let me interrupt you.
Get to the range.
I need to interrupt you right now, buddy. I need to interrupt you because you said you're retired military.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Upstate Golf Guys really appreciate you, buddy. That's all I have to say.
Well, thank you.
I want to interrupt that because the Upstate Golf Guys podcast supports all military. We really do up here in the Upstate region. Uncle Sam is actually in our backyard here in Troy, New York. So that's why we use this logo. But yes,
that's awesome.
Yes, we certainly. I just wanted to give you a shout out, buddy, and interrupt you.
Can we ask what branch you were in?
There's only one, United States Air Force. All the rest of them don't count. Just joking.
My best friend he was a captain in the Air Force, and I was in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in the Navy.
Yeah, I'm a retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel. I've been retired now for 16 years. I don't look my age, but I am old. You see the gray, you know.
You look great.
But you know, the Air Force was the reason why I started playing golf.
Yep.
So in 1998, I was a major, and I was stationed in England. I had played before. You know how you do the best ball things in the organizations and all that kind
Sure.
of stuff. And I show up, and I'm in a leadership position over in my organization, and all the other leaders in the organization were playing golf. So
Yeah.
on Saturday morning, guess what? Everybody's playing golf except CEPHAS. So I was like, wait a minute, I got to fix this. So
Yeah.
I went to the base exchange, bought a pair of Dunlap. There's nothing wrong with Dunlap, y'all.
Nah.
Bought a pair of Dunlap golf clubs, and one of my friends and I started playing. Didn't take any lessons, but I started playing. And you know, now buying a set of clubs on the base exchange, probably not the best idea to learn how to play golf, but I did. They were flex shafts. So actually, when I was swinging, and my swing was so fast that by the time I made contact with the ball, the club head was already bent back, you know. And you know, but I did that for about a year. My wife at the time, you know, would go shopping with the ladies, and they go down to buy, you know, the pottery and all that kind of stuff. And they were talking about ping factory. Now I had heard about the ping factory in England, but you know, never thought of it. And so she came back home and started talking about, hey, if you ever, you know, since you're playing golf, you know, you might want to go to the ping factory before you leave. So you know, light click right up my alley.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you know, so I play with ping clubs. Ever since that time, I've never played with a different club of pings.
Yeah.
I
So
love
I
that.
went down. So I went down to the ping factory. And what the guy did for me at the ping factory, man, I'll never forget it. I walk in. I don't know, I figured out how they do it, but he gave me a 7-iron. I mean a 6-iron, and he said, I want you to go over here, and I want you to warm up and hit a bucket of balls. So I did that. When I got through hitting the bucket of balls, he said, okay, now I'm gonna put tape on your club, and I want you to just swing and hit. And I kept swinging, he kept adjusting. I kept swinging, he kept adjusting. And then he said, okay, now, then we sat down and we talked golf, and I got up and I hit. And you know, they give you tea or coffee or whatever and biscuits. Look at there, man. That's what I'm talking about.
You like that? You like that?
Yes, I love that. And he said, now I'm going to send you down to our range. So they had a range down. So I drove down to the range. I got out. There was a guy there. He took that club, and he said, all right, I want you to start hitting balls on the range. And, you know, I started hitting balls. And so he started adjusting again, and he finally got the swing pattern, and it was good. So then we got to talking, and I was like, hey, while I'm here, why don't I just go on and get fitted for the woods too?
Yeah.
So I ended up buying a complete set, driver, 3-wood, 5-wood, 3-iron, through pitch and wedge. And
Well, ping makes damn good clubs. And listen, I
yeah,
hit this driver.
so,
I agree with you, man. Go ahead.
yeah.
Keep going.
And so once they give you that serial number, though, man, you know, when you need new clubs, unless your swing is just real off, you just give them that serial number.
They know you. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
So that serial number is in the ping system off the first set of clubs I ever bought.
Wow.
Those were I3s. Those
Wow.
are I3s. And
That's
so
awesome, man.
and so I came back to the States, and that was in 98. Came back to the States, moved to DC in like 2002, 2004. Started playing again, you know, really playing a lot. I even played a lot when I came back to the States and went to Alabama and Mississippi. And then
Yep.
when I got to DC, I really started playing. So I was like, you know what? It's time for a new set. So what did I do? I took
You
that
called up
serial
Ping.
number. I called the ping play. Well, I went back to the base because we got the military discount in England. So I went back to the base, gave them the serial number, told them what I wanted. They shipped it to me.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
guess
is
what?
so good to know.
Now the good news was they when I first got them in England, immediately dropped 6 strokes. I couldn't believe it.
I
Just
do.
and you know, the thing was they gave me stiff shafts.
Yeah.
So once instead of the flex where the head was turning, now I got the stiff shaft when I'm coming through and I'm making contact.
Yep.
Wow.
Nice.
So,
That's awesome, man.
so I
Shout
played
out
with
to-
those. I played with those from about 2005 to about 2008 or 9. Now I'm on the tour, and I started winning on the tour. You know, so I took my tour proceeds, went down to Hilton Head. I wanted, how they used to have the TaylorMade folks come. So I went in. I got fitted at Evan Watts.
Yeah.
I wanted to check that, so I took those things and went to TaylorMade. TaylorMade said everything is right on here except for one thing. And I said, "What's that?" They said we need to cut about a quarter inch off the bottom of your shafts because you're coming in steep and you're digging into the ground.
Okay.
So instead of using what I got from Evan Watts, I took the TaylorMade thing with the Evan Watts and went back to Taylor, and they ordered from Ping, and those are the clubs I'm playing with now. Those are G400s.
Wow.
Nice. That's what my driver is the G425. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Ping makes a damn good club.
Yes,
my bag is a mixed bag. I have Titleist 3 wood. I got Adam's old Titleist irons. What are they, Adam? What are my
AP2?
The AP2 irons. But I'll tell you what, you are right about Pings, because this Ping driver, man, I nut this thing every damn time.
Oh yeah.
It feels really good. They make a really nice club.
Yeah.
They do.
Oh yeah.
But hey, listen, I have a couple questions for you before we let you go. All right. For any of like my Upstate guys that are traveling down your way, give me a couple of courses that are like the top of the line courses in your area that you have on your schedule that we might want to come and play.
All right, let me do it. Let me pull up my schedule right quick.
Yeah, pull it up, my man. Take your time. Take your time. And this is the Washington, D.C. Metro. So a short ride for us upstate people, only about that's 5 hours.
That's another example of why I like the tour so much, is that, I mean, how many guys in the New York region in the summertime say, you know what, I'm going to take the family down to Washington, D.C. for the long weekend.
Yep.
And sure enough, CEPHAS in the gang down there have a tournament on a Saturday morning. They say, hey, you guys, have a breakfast. I'm going to go play in this tournament, and you come back, and then you finish the day with them. So it's
exactly
that's the great thing about this, because
exactly.
I was thinking
all right,
about.
So let's talk courses.
Let's talk courses. Mike is yours.
So my first tournament of the year on the 22nd of March is at a course called Laurel Hill. It's about 15 miles south of DC, in Fairfax County. They have played the what's they call the USGA, the kids tournament. They played that there, and it's in great shape. It's a great course, and so in the area, it's one of the nicer courses in the area.
Yep.
There's another course that if you're coming this way, semi-private, called the Country Club of Whitmore. I got them back on the schedule this year for the first time. That one's in June, and we got that one on the course. There's a couple courses out on right off of Interstate 81, and Interstate 66. The first one is Blue Ridge Shadows. Blue Ridge is a real nice course. It's got some shots out over the water and stuff. Real nice course, hilly. And then we play a course called Rock Harbor. Rock Harbor is off of 81. It is in two different courses. We play a major there. That one's in August, the 8th, 9th, and 10th of August.
Yep.
One of them has two or three holes that are about, I would say, 150, 200-yard drops. Jeez. Hitting off the top of the rock quarry down to the bottom.
Wow,
nice.
Real nice course. We also play the Links of Gettysburg up in Pennsylvania. And then a couple of courses that I think your guys would like. some of your guys that come down and play the course, we got Musket Ridge. It's off 270 up on the northern side.
Okay.
And then we finish up in Penn National. Penn National is in Fayetteville, Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
Real nice 2-track course
Okay.
in the middle of the mountains. One's open on the first day, and the second day, if you can't hit them straight, you're in trouble.
Sorry,
Because
I'm
it's tree
looking
line,
at
it's
my
pretty much
master
tree
now
line
on
all the way. And so what I've tried to do, what we've tried to do with the schedule is, I try to keep a bunch of real top end courses. Now I will tell you, the DC area is about to price me out, man. They're killing me. COVID hurt me bad.
I'm sure CEPHAS, I'm looking at right now. Adam got it up for me, and I don't mean to interrupt you. He brought up Penn National, and I will tell you what, holy cow, I might have to look into making this trip, buddy.
Yes.
Nice work booking this trip or this course, because I'll tell you what, woo.
Well, we finish every year at Penn National.
Okay.
That's our season ending tour championship.
Okay.
Nice.
And we do that. I do that for 2 reasons. One is far enough away where I can get the guys to stay, where we can really do some things. You can rent cabins up there, or you can stay at the hotel. But there's some real nice restaurants in the area where, things that we can do afterwards. We got a 9 o'clock early morning tea time on Saturday. So then that gives us a chance to, once I get through with stuff, do a dinner or something that evening, just get the guys together, go to a bar, watch sports, watch football, whatever, and do things like that. So the other thing that we've done, that we're doing down here, and I don't know if you have any tours close to you, if you look at my schedule, we also have one weekend in May where my guys can play 3 tournaments on 3 different tours. And we're doing combo tours with Richmond and Tidewater.
Oh, wow.
So if your guys want to come down in May, they want to get 3 tournaments in, they can do it on the weekend of May 19th, 18th, 19th, and the 20th. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And so Tidewater hosts the tour tournament on Saturday in the Richmond area.
Okay.
I host one north of Richmond on Saturday, and then Richmond hosts one at a private course on Monday.
Sweet.
Wow. That sounds.
So we did that. We last year. This year we're doing it all one weekend. Last year I had the one in April. Richmond had the one in May, and Lyle had the one in July. But we decided this year that we were gonna, let's just try to do it all one weekend. And so what I did was I booked my hotel on the north end of Richmond.
Yep.
I'll do on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you leave on Monday. And that way I can centralize in one spot. And then we play the Tidewater tournament first. I host mine on Sunday, and then I play the Richmond on Monday and come home. And so it kind of works, because then that what that does for us is it allows gives some competitive juices against the 3 tours.
Yeah.
You're not playing with the same guys you play with every week. And oh, by the way, they sell out. So each one of us averages about 120 players for those tournaments.
Yeah, it's Tidewater is what they're like always the top 3 every year with memberships. I know that.
Yes. Yeah, he's already over almost close to 150 members already.
That's wild.
The season hasn't even started.
No. Speaking of, so CEPHAS, we're doing a lot of recruiting on our end. Kind of is a good segue into this. Do you have any recruiting tips for directors or for Golfweek Am Tour family out there? So
I think the first thing you guys are already doing, you got this podcast.
Yep.
There is a DMV golf podcast that I'm trying to get on, that I've been trying to get on for 3 years, that I still haven't been able to get on. If I get on that, I think I can move the needle for me. I've been trying to get about 150 to 200 golfers. And so if I can get on there, I think I can get the word out. So that's my next big target, is trying to get Golf DMV podcast, which broadcasts in the area.
Let me I'll clip this. What I'll do for you is I'm going to clip what you literally just said, and we are going to, what's their names?
Golf DMV.
Golf DMV. All right. What we're
Yeah.
going to do is we're going to tag them in my story for CEPHAS. Right, Adam?
Get them on.
We're
Yeah,
going
that's
to
right.
Get
no,
'em on that
no.
podcast.
We're going to push that for CEPHAS, and we're going to get him on that podcast for you, buddy. We're anything we could do. We love golf here in upstate New
Yes.
York, and we love podcasts. So putting the two together is a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun talking about it. We have fun on our end, so we really appreciate. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So that's the first. So that's the first thing.
Yes.
The second thing is I have signs on my vehicle.
Yeah.
So I intentionally.
I know Adam does too.
I'll put them on probably here once the weather breaks in a couple of weeks when it's not too cold, and I'll start driving around with them. I go to courses, so like as soon as all my marketing material comes in, I specifically, especially like in the February timeframe, I go to each course and drop off some marketing material to put there. I do a lot of social media between X and Facebook. I need to do more. I really want. I might do I'm debating on trying to do a newspaper article here in Northern Virginia.
Okay.
Just to talk about the tour on the sports side. So I've been reaching out to that, and then I have one of my players is an engineer at the local TV station.
Oh wow!
So they do a sports thing on Saturday. So I've been talking to him to figure out how do I get on that, and a lot of it has to do with doing community service and those type things. So
sure,
I'm going to try to use the Jimmy V Foundation donation that the Golfweek does every year as a segue to try to get on that show to talk about golf, because it is they do have a golf show that I'm trying to get on.
Okay.
To talk about the options. It is competitive in this area. I'm competing with 2 other tours as well. And so, one of the guys who used to be on our tour stood up to APT. And so I've been competing with them. So we lost some folks to them because he played on our tour for years, and then he went over and started APT. He did reach out to me. Evidently, he's not the director over there anymore. So he is coming back.
Nice.
What I do like, though, is that guys that play on the multiple tours in the area always come back and tell me they'll never leave me because our stuff is organized and structured.
Yep.
And that when they show up for us, they know what they're gonna get our stuff together.
Yep.
And
Adam actually said that. He said that in multiple podcasts. He said, listen, 31 years of a tour speaks for itself.
Yeah. And so, I learned from Tim and Jen Newman.
Yep.
They ran this thing for a while. And so my goal is to make sure that the guys have fun, create a fun event, a fun environment, a creative environment. Any issues that come up, take care of them on the spot. Don't let them linger. And just go have fun. I have a good rapport with the courses. The only thing that I'm working on that we all have to work on is pace of play.
Yep.
I've got a couple of courses that really on me hard over the years, but I proved to them last year that we could do it. And we're down to about 4 hours and 45 minutes, which is not bad.
Pace of play. People have to understand pace of play and major tournament play. You have to at least give us 5 hours, man. You have to give the tour 5 hours. I say you do, because we have rules that we have to follow. I tell people, go ahead, CEPHAS.
I don't know. I beg to differ on that one. We can argue about that. And here's why I say that. So I go out first every single tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
You set the pace.
You know when I finish?
3 hours and a half, 3 hours and 40 minutes.
4 hours and 30, 4 hours and between 4:15 and 4:30.
Okay. So you set the pace. I got it.
You know why I do that? Because what I'm trying to show the guys and what I'm trying to show them is that you can play golf by the rules
and still keep it moving.
and still keep it moving.
Yeah.
Sure.
But what happens is this, and this is what I go back and I watch and I put people on the clock and I just try to see.
I
So
love that.
what
'Cause Adam does too. Go ahead.
Most of the guys think that they're playing with their buddies on the weekend, and they can jibber jabber around and sit in the cart and wait and move. And my thing to the guys is just when the cart stops, after you tee off, when the cart stops, if your ball's ahead, walk to the right or take the cart up to the right, shoot your shot, make sure the guy's got what he needs. So when so by the time the other guy hits, you're ready to hit. Yeah, you're ready to go. But they want to sit in the cart. They want to do this. They want to do that. And, I keep trying to tell them, hey, guys, we have to set the tone. A lot of guys don't want to come play because of pace of play.
Yeah.
They don't want to do 5-6 hour round. They want to go out there. So my thing to them is, hey, guys, it's not about you now. This is about all of us. Let's make it fun for everybody. I'm not going to rush you, but I need you to be pretty close to playing ready golf.
Yep.
And we've done that. Now, people used to say it was the D flight guys that slowed us up. Nope. It's my A flight. It's my A flight and some of my B flight guys.
Yeah.
They're trying to hit the perfect shots. They're trying to do this. And I'm like, hey, just hit the ball.
Yeah.
Adam, do you?
I mean,
go ahead.
I've told a few people in the past 3 years. I have those guys that are in A, B, and some of them are in C, where they'll be like 40 yards or 50 yards away, and then they'll walk the distance to the green and look. And I'm with them, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm looking at the green." I say, "Trust me, wherever you just looked, you won't hit there."
That's right. They won't.
Just hit. You're not. I mean, if you were, then you'd be in Hawaii right now prepping for the Sony Open.
Right.
Yeah. Now, people talk about my cart because on my cart, I guess I'm the electronic gadget guy. Okay. So I got my iPad. I got my cell phone because somebody's gonna call me in the middle of the round on a rule that's on the rule sheet, or that the starter briefed them that I gave the starter brief them. Okay.
Sure.
All right. I got my what is it, that thing? Not the Garmin, but I use I can't even think of it now. But
whatever
I got
the GPS is, right?
Yeah, and I got that, and then I got my thing, and then I got my cigar clip.
Yep.
So people say, "Oh, you got the spaceship, you got everything." No, I have to keep my iPad because guess what? Somebody's gonna screw up something, and I got to go into the system right quick and make a change. So I have to keep my iPad up. But I also look at it to try to do the pace of play thing because I got nobody back at the desk if something happens.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
While trying to compete and play in a tournament too.
Exactly.
Oh man, tell me about it. And so what they don't understand is we can be going along well, and then somebody called me with a rule.
Yeah.
And the rule sheet says play 2 balls in, right?
Yep.
And we'll determine when you get in.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're calling me in the middle of play.
Yeah.
So now I got to stop, pass some information, and then try to figure out how to get back into my rhythm.
Yep.
And I'm already 3-4 holes in at +8,
So stretching that left arm.
But the good thing is I don't ever complain to them.
Yeah.
I'll never complain to them.
Nope.
It's I look at it as part of the territory.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, this is my year. Not only am I gonna go back to B flight, I'm gonna get to B flight and stay. I'm not staying in C flight. I went back to C flight this year because I'm not a long ball hitter, but not being able to practice and not being able to warm up, them distances was killing me, man.
Yeah.
And so the other thing that I've tried to do for every tournament is because my C flight and D flight guys were complaining. We're playing the same distance. So now what I've done is I try to go to every course and I try to look at their sheet, and then I try to work with the pro to ensure that I'm playing the right distances, but C and D flight might be different depending on the tee boxes. And that way now Those guys aren't complaining about, oh, well, we're playing the same distances all the time. No, you're not. So, so now there's no excuse.
No, no, you deal with it. I'm hearing a lot of the same story that Adam, deals with as a director. It's listen, you guys both love the game of golf. I could see that. You want to grow it. You want to grow competitive golf, which is amazing. It truly is. But before we let you go, CEPHAS, I have a couple questions just off the top of my head. We're going to go to short intermission, but before we do, I need to know right now, if you're 50 yards out, all right, what club are you going for the bag? All right, let me rephrase this. You're 50 yards out. You have sand traps.
Front pin.
No, front pin. Okay, I like that. Front pin. You got sand traps surrounding the green. What's your favorite club to use from 50 out?
So in my ping bag, I don't have a sand wedge. Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Go ahead.
I have a pitching wedge and a 9-iron.
Oh, okay.
Depending on the trouble, I will hit the pitching wedge first if it's 50 yards, choke down, and spin it back. I will hit it past it if there's bunkers in the front. Then I'm gonna play, if it's 50 yards, I'm gonna play 65, 70 and try to spin it back.
All right.
Because I'm trying to take the bunkers out of play.
I like that.
If it's anything more than that, I'll choke down on that 9 and hit it and do the same thing.
All right.
My goal is to take the trouble out of play.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's better to have a putt than a greenside bunker shot or be, in front of the bunker. I think the hardest shot in golf is chipping from grass / half sand that's behind the bunker trying to go to a front pin. You might as well just have a 40, 50-foot putt instead.
Right. No, I agree 1,000%. I agree 1,000%. All right. And then last question before we let you go. Are you a mallet guy or a blade guy for your putter? What kind of putter do you have in your bag?
I'm a blade.
Blade all day? Blade all day?
Are you a ping putter?
Yes.
He's like, of course.
Everything including my bag is ping.
What golf balls do you hit?
So I started with Bridgestone E6, E7.
Okay.
I am now playing a AVX gold ball.
Nice. So whenever you're at national championship, 1 ball rule, it's Titleist AVX, huh?
That's correct. Now, by the way, I don't just play 1 ball rule at the national championship. If you come to the DC Tour tournament, you're playing the 1 ball rule on my tournaments.
Nice.
And the reason why I do that is because I want my guys to be ready for nationals. Yeah, I don't do anything different than what you required to do at nationals. Because there's a lot of tours that don't play that, and then their guys get there and they forget that, and they don't have enough balls. Okay, and then they start playing a different ball, and somebody calls them out, and then they want to get mad.
Yeah.
Nope.
Don't get mad. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. Listen,
it's the rules, but it's not how they play at home, and that's their.
No, I know. Like when I went down to nationals, it's funny you say that because when I play with the guys at home, that everybody knows each other, and we all, we were family. But when I went down to nationals with our foursome, Adam, one of the one things that everybody did, and I never did this, was we showed our ball we were using.
Yes.
Then we showed our provisional ball marked. Yeah. And down at nationals, we all showed everybody that, and we all announced that before tee off. That is, I'm being honest with you, CEPHAS, that's something that we don't do, or in my C and D flight groups of guys, just learning the game of competitive golf.
Yeah.
They don't do that. I witnessed it up here in tour. Adam, none of the guys do that.
Yeah,
we do that.
Yeah, which is definitely going to be something that we're changing this year. A lot of the times what happens is CEPHAS and myself know that at the end of a round, somebody comes in and they lose by 1 or 2. They have questions about certain things. I mean, I've known guys who hit a Titleist off the tee and then you get on the green and they're putting when they were close to the woods and they have like a Bridgestone or
Sure,
a Callaway, and
we don't want any of that on tour.
You don't want to point fingers right away because maybe you just didn't see it right, but obviously marking the ball is very important. And not just doing it, not the night before, marking it the same exact way in your bag, maybe mark it with the line for putting, but when you pull one out, just grab a marker and do like a star, and then if you lose it, do like a circle, or just to keep it fair, because you don't want to deal with that drama, because we are out there having a good time. We just want to have fun and play by the rules and get better and improve our game.
1000%.
Yeah, and the big thing about that is, what I tell my guys is this: every player should be not only play your game, but you should be protecting the field. If something happens, you got to call it out on the course.
Yep.
You can't bring it in to me after the course, want me to do something when you didn't do anything while you were on the course. I didn't see it. You saw it. You got 2 other guys or 3 other guys with you. You need to call it. And if then they argue with you, have them play 2 balls and then bring it to me on the end. Yeah. Don't come to me at the end saying, well, this person changed balls. Well, did you call them out?
Yeah.
And if you didn't, there's nothing I can do.
Sounds like Adam agrees 1,000%.
I mean, that's a joy about the tour itself, is that I absolutely love the tour. I mean, I'm a champ golfer. I've been playing competitive golf since I was 6 years old. In junior leagues and high school, and some in college, and then some now with the tour. I mean, overall, the reason why I like this tour is because you get guys in B, C, and D flight that, normally they just play in like scrambles or charity events, or they're just out hanging out on their friends on the weekend, just, going out there, just hacking balls around. And then they finally get to the tournament and they start seeing certain things that you do in a tournament. And, like he said, I mean, some people don't know the rules. So, the best thing to do is deal with it as your group in the best way you can. And if there's an issue, just hit again. And then at the end say, well, we have a 6 because of this, but here's what he had on his other ball, just in case there wasn't a penalty. And then you go from there. It's just a better way. And then, or just waiting. Sometimes, I've been a few tournaments where, somebody won the next day. I get a text in the morning about something that happened. And I'm like, why are you telling me this now?
The next morning,
it's submitted.
Yeah, I mean, the tournament's over. The tournament's over.
Dennis already has my email. There's nothing I can do about it,
Correct.
But, obviously integrity is important. 95% of the time, 99% of the time, our tournaments are clean. Nationally, I know there's probably not a lot of issues for, other tour directors. It's just the biggest thing is sometimes, we are overwhelmed with making sure you guys have a great day. Yep. And we want to make sure everything runs smoothly for everybody while trying to compete in a tournament. And then adding that extra stuff at the end when we're already tired, like CEPHAS said, he's there 3 hours before the tournament. That's just stuff that, we all want to get along. We all want to just respect each other and, just deal with it. And then we don't have to at the end. We can all have fun, give the awards out, have a few drinks, and go home happy.
Yeah. And, and again, not only are we there 3 hours before, we're probably 2 hours after.
Yeah.
Sure. We got to pack up. We got to get what I try to do before I leave the course is this. I try to make sure that I've closed out the game in the system. I try to make sure that I've sent that to nationals, and I try to send my report to nationals.
Yep.
So that they can go ahead and then post the scores as soon as possible. And then I try to make sure that as many people that I can pay, I pay out, because one of the things I hate holding people's money.
Yeah.
Or just keep it till the next time. Yeah, they don't realize that, hey, you got me holding. Yeah, I put it in an envelope, but I got other things going on too.
Yeah,
and so my goal is to close that thing out, man.
Yeah.
No doubt. But
I agree. I mean, that's just stick around. Some people I know they can't stay around, the first groups. Do you guys do straight tees or a lot of shotguns?
So our problem is this: in the DC area, the courses don't want to get me a shotgun unless I can guarantee them 80 golfers when I sign the contract in November. Yeah. There is no way in hell I will guarantee them.
How are you going to read minds, right?
Yeah. I mean, I tell my guys, and so what I try to do is this. And so, one, all my tournaments, with the exception of one, my contracts are signed for 80 golfers. So everything that's on my schedule right now, with the exception of the one combo that I'm doing with Tidewater, I'm capped at 80.
Yeah.
Now, if my guys register early enough and I get more than 80, I can get those extra T slots.
Sure.
But what I have to do with the courses is, and this is what the guys don't understand, is the week before. So all of my tournament registrations close out on Friday night at midnight.
Okay.
Okay. The week before.
Nice.
That gives me a chance on Saturday and Sunday to validate, make sure everything. And on either Sunday night or Monday morning, I have to send the numbers to the course.
Yep.
If I have more than 80, I can get the extra T slots. If I don't, I'm opening up their T sheet.
Yep. Sound familiar, Adam?
Now the guys don't understand that. Some guys be like, well, they used to wait to Thursday the week before.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that was before COVID. These courses now are like, hey, I need every slot I can get on my T sheet. So I need to know your numbers. Some of them want them 2 weeks out.
Yep.
I can't get guys to pay that many ahead of time. So then I really would have low numbers. So last year we averaged between 60 and 80 golfers a tournament.
Nice.
Yep. No, I know Adam struggles with that as well sometimes.
I don't struggle with getting them, but they send me contracts and they want a certain amount for a down payment. And
that's what I mean. He's like, I don't know. That's what I mean. You literally
they pay as they register. So.
Right.
So what I have done with that is this. I have worked so well with the courses now that they allow me to take my business card and put my business card on file. I don't pay a course any deposits.
Yeah.
None.
Nice.
But I do pay them on the day of the tournament.
Sure.
When the tournament's over, before I leave, they're paid.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a head count, certain tee time, or a certain amount of numbers, and you pay it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it's all, and that's why the courses love us so much. Is like I said the last podcast. I mean, when we show up, whether it's New York or DC Metro or anywhere, the courses, we do so much and it's so organized that the courses come out and want something to do, but we're like, we're good, and they're just like, oh, okay.
Like,
it's funny you should say that. I had a couple of new courses last year, and the pro came to me afterwards and he's like, wow, man, you guys can come anytime. He said, you guys are so organized. Y'all don't need anything from us except for the course. Yeah. Because I give them everything. I show up, I got my scorecards printed. I give them their card signs. They got everything they need. They got the T sheet, everything they need, they get from me when I show up.
It's nice.
And they're like, wow, we've never seen anything like this. I'm like, yeah, that's what we do.
That's what we do.
All we need is you give us the course for X amount of hours, and then it's back to you afterwards.
Yep. Golfweek Am Tour, 31 years. I mean, we had a Metro New York, and he didn't do it anymore. I took over, 4 years ago. We had an amateurs player tour locally, and the first year I gobbled them up because of just how organized and just the name.
Adam the Gobbler.
And, Golfweek Am Tour is the #1 amateur golf tour in the country, and it proves it year after year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And, I hope that you have a lot of success this year. When it comes to the DC Metro, and that a lot of the guys in the USAM or the APT start seeing what you guys have to offer. So
absolutely,
it's going to be a big year, I think, for a lot of the regions. Last year or the year before, we talked about COVID, and golf was down a little bit when it came to people because they're scared to put the money in. But I think we're over that now, and I'm starting to see a lot of growth. In my tour, we had 116 last year. We're already at 77 after the first month and a half. And I expect, I'm looking for 200 this year myself, like you said. But, it's there. There's just a lot of outlets now that we have where we can get a lot of golfers now because of COVID. And, 3 years later, they're getting better. So,
Yeah. What about sponsorship for you guys? You getting any sponsorship?
Yeah, we got a couple. We got Northeastern Insurance Agency. We got Lombardi Golf. We got the Bunker. That beginning of the podcast is all of the golf tour sponsorships that we
That's
have.
good.
We're going to have a few more. So I think
Yeah,
we're
we're
have
rolling.
about 6 or 7 this year, which is good.
Absolutely. And if you stick around, you'll see our ad reads here. So we'll do that. We'll go into a short intermission. I'm gonna give my sponsors a quick shout out, and we'll be right back with CEPHAS to close things out.
All right, thanks, guys.
Hey there, golfers. Before we dive back into the podcast, I want to take a quick moment to talk about someone who's got your back both on and off the course. Jared Lozier with the Northeastern Insurance Agency. Whether you're running a golf business, managing a pro shop, or just looking to protect what matters most in your personal life, Jared and his team at Northeastern Insurance have you covered. From business insurance to personal policies, they'll help you find the right coverage at the best value. Here's a pro tip for all you golfers out there. Make sure your golf clubs are protected too. Jared can help you add them to your home or personal articles policy so you're covered in case of loss, theft, or damage. Because let's face it, replacing your favorite driver isn't cheap. So next time you're looking to upgrade your coverage or need expert advice, give Jared Lozier a call at 518-956-3753 or shoot him an email at jaredl@nemail.com. Swing into better protection today.
Find your perfect putter and join the Lombardi family. Whether you have lead hands, the face on the TCPL22 takes the speed off the ball at impact. Or are you the type that leave putt short? You can try the PC308. It has the weight you need to make it to the hole. You will find that Lombardi has something special for everyone's particular putting stroke. The 1985 is not only the most affordable club, but is the most beautiful. With a sharp red zinc alloy head and a steeples shaft. The Nassau 66 is one of the best-selling mallets on the market. It has a clean straight line finish to help guide your eye through the ball, straight to the target line. The head with a clean black mallet finish and a 60-gram mate shaft and a Lombardi 3.0 crown grip. You want a custom logo? Lee over at Wedge FX has you covered. But if you want to spend a little more money and make some magic happen, try out the new Diamond Mallet Putter. It's an absolute gem. This is a one-of-a-kind design and is available in the Lombardi Custom Shop. This head is made from a futuristic, top-secret metal. It has the center shaft which prevents pushes and pulls, and it is by far the most forgiving putter in the Lombardi Custom family. Head over to lombardygolf.com and use Upstate at checkout for a hefty discount, or reach out to the Upstate Golf Guys as we are local representatives for Lombardi Golf. All right, we are back after the short intermission with CEPHAS. What's going on, my man? How you feeling tonight? Good?
Man, I'm feeling good. I really appreciate you
you
guys having me on your podcast, man. I love golf. I love Golfweek Amateur Tour. One of the best decisions I ever made 15 years ago when I joined over at the Washington Golf Show, which we don't have anymore now. They took that away from us. That was a big recruiting event for us at the Washington Golf Show.
Wow.
And so it's in Philly, Ohio, and somewhere else now. But the DC place, what happened was it was always the first weekend in February. So that also happens to be Super Bowl weekend. And now they were getting good crowds, but they got priced out. And then the other issue was right before COVID, they lost a lot of vendors. And so they weren't bringing a lot anyway. So that drove a lot of people away. But that was a big one for us because we used to set up a booth there and we recruited players there. And so that makes it real tough. Now, a lot of it's by word of mouth. So I'm encouraging my players to bring new players in.
Word of mouth. And we're going to get you, listen, CEPHAS, I'm a man of my word. I'm really going to go back and
Golf
clip.
DMV.
Yep. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and clip that, and we're going to get you on their podcast. Hopefully, maybe we could even collab with them. I love collabing with other golf podcasts, which is
because they got there's a lot of groups in this area too that play They have a lot of golf groups that play golf,
Okay.
a lot of travel golf, and so
Love
that's
that.
what they do.
Okay,
And
so anything we could do, the Upstate Golf Guys podcast with pushing your tour, you let me know. If you can go ahead and maybe share, you said you're on all the social media platforms. Where can everybody find you? Where can everybody find you, CEPHAS?
Yeah, so DC Metro on DC Metro Golf Week on on both Twitter and Facebook.
Okay. You're not on the
And they can
Instagram,
find me.
yet? You're still nobody's gotten on the Instagram, brother. I'm the only
No,
one.
I
That's
was trying to do that. I got a guy that wants to manage that one for me. So I just got to sit down with him so he can get me on the gram.
I keep telling Adam, I'm telling you, CEPHAS, I think all the content creators and I've had the most luck reaching out to the golf community on Instagram. I really,
okay.
I really have.
So I guess I need to go on and do that. I need to go on and break down and do that, Dan. I haven't done that.
It's tough.
We're going to learn together.
I'm telling Adam about it. He's on only Facebook, and I've had the most luck on Instagram. I'm being honest with you guys both. I've grown the most on Instagram. I've gotten the most help on Instagram. I've gotten the most shares on Instagram. Facebook, I try to push it on Facebook, but nobody listens. I don't know.
I don't get a lot of response on MySpace. I don't know why.
Yeah, not MySpace. Well, I think Facebook is probably the young people. A lot of people are not using Facebook like they used to, and so that's why I think we're missing the boat there. But I do get a bunch of hits, but
I mean, I don't know anything about the TikTok. Do you know anything about the TikTok? Like, I don't do the TikTok.
I really don't. I don't have a TikTok account. So I'm gonna have to do TikTok and Instagram and probably do some TikTok videos and some of the tournaments.
There you go. CEPHAS is hiring the young bucks to run the TikTok account, guys. So
yeah, we'll probably do the step dance or something.
Taking applications.
Can I ask you a question? Because I've been thinking about it the last hour. Is that a New Orleans blanket behind you?
Man, you better believe it. I'm a Saints fan,
dog.
Who that, baby?
Yeah. My brother-in-law and his family are from Louisiana. They're big Saints.
Yeah, you picked it up. I said I should have had it hanging on the wall over there.
Yeah,
I'm a
Who that?
So CEPHAS, just because you are a New Orleans fan, and I am dead ass on this. You just saw the Lombardi commercial. You watched it?
No, which one? Oh, you were talking about coming up for the Super Bowl?
No. The Lombardi that I just ran, the Lombardi putter commercial.
Oh, yeah.
Guess where Paul Lombardi's from? You're not going to believe it.
New Orleans.
He's from New Orleans. He is.
No. See, y'all pronouncing it wrong. It's New Orleans. It's New Orleans. It's New Orleans.
Listen, let me ask you. You said you're a blade guy? You're a blade guy, right?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to. I really truthfully think I'm going to have to send you a Lombardi putter. We're going to send you a blade. And as long as you give us a shout out on the Instagram or on the Facebook, we're gonna get you we're gonna get you on the Instagram, and I'm telling you.
Me too.
Me too. But we're gonna get you a Lombardi. We're gonna get you a Lombardi blade, and only if you could do me a favor.
Okay.
Listen, I'm gonna clip this. You say "who dat" one time.
Who that, baby?
All right. Uncle Paulie, we're gonna send CEPHAS flat stick. We're gonna hook him up with a nice blade putter.
I'll email you to get your address so we can ship it to you.
Yeah, we'll take care of you.
All right. Well, hey, I'll tell you guys. I'm gonna tell you something else. So, Adam, you remember the John Doe guys that were doing the sunglasses at Nationals? Man, I got mine. So I'm waiting.
Nice.
Oh man, they're so nice. So what I'm gonna do? My daughters say they're content creators, so I'm gonna do a promo for them. I haven't, I've gotten them, but I haven't opened the box yet. I tried. Let me do it another way. I took them out and put them on one time, and I was so impressed. I put them back because I didn't want to mess them up. So I owe them.
I have a question. Are they guaranteed? Because I saw these at Nationals. I'm only paying that much money if they're guaranteeing me at least 3 birdies around, my man. I mean,
now
is that tough to ask?
You got to pay a little
I
more
will
for that.
say it this way: if your vision is blurry, they're gonna clear it up.
Wow.
So no, I sent them my prescription, mine a prescription to me. Those are the clearest glasses I've ever worn in my life.
Really?
And
Wow.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm holding off on really wearing them until I do a demo for them with, you know, opening the box, doing the thing, showing the difference, whole 9 yards. So I'm waiting for the weather to break, and I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna post that and send it to them.
Nice.
But those are some sweet glasses, man. Those lenses are better than any lens I've ever worn.
Nice, man. Nice. I
Yeah.
mean, listen, down at Nationals, you need everything, any kind of cheat codes. That's all I say.
Yeah.
You really do. You do.
Yeah.
And if those glasses are going to be a semi cheat code, listen, take them, man.
Oh, yeah.
Take 'em.
That's it.
But listen, we're going to wrap things up here, CEPHAS. I had a ton of fun with you tonight, my man. We're going to send we're going to send you a putter, and we're going to send you some Upstate merch. Again, just make sure you give us a shout out on your social media platforms. And
hey,
also, I need to pay your information. Go ahead.
Make sure you guys send me this link so I can post it on our website too.
That's what I'm thinking.
You can go to upstategolfguys.com. I'll email it to you, but then on my Facebook page as well. You can actually go on the Golf Week Amateur Tour New York Upstate. That's our group page on Facebook, and when he posts them, you can share them to your Facebook page also.
Good, that'll work. That'll work.
Yeah. And so I'm going to give you guys and your people a fair warning. We have the Golf Week Spotlight, which all we talk about is golf. We talk about our Golf Week Am Tour events. But I do love my podcasting, and I have a couple other co-hosts. And sometimes we just talk about current events, conspiracy shit. Like we just literally just had an episode about the bomb or the vehicle out in front of Vegas that exploded, like some weird shit. So I just literally did an episode on that, just a couple, current events. So, forewarning for anybody that's going to be listening to the Upstate Golf podcast. You could either fast forward through those. I do the write-ups. So at the very beginning, when you see the write-ups, you'll see what they're all about.
Yeah.
So if you want golf, go to the Golf Week Spotlights, and we talk nothing but, golf. But my podcast is a little bit of everything, my man.
Yeah.
Well, hey, man, I really appreciate you guys having me on. This is awesome. Get a chance to talk Golf Week. Get a chance to talk DC Metro. Get a chance to see, talk with Adam. And, we don't get to see each other much throughout the year. We do, see each other at Nationals, but, everybody's doing their thing and trying to, make sure that they play well. And, of course, try to be competitive. And I for some reason, I end up playing myself out the first day and then figure out I know how to play golf the next 2 days.
Sure.
Too late,
Same. Same.
There's only one. There's two times. There's 2 times that I know kidding had a shot. About almost 5-6 years ago, I went into the last day of the tournament, sitting 1 stroke off the lead in C flight.
Oh wow!
And I just had a bad day. Even with a bad day, when I got the hole number 15, I was sitting in 4th place, and somebody told me worst thing they could ever done. And I went triple, double coming out, and finished in a 10-way tie for 19th. And because I had the highest score, I got paid out at 29. So that was not a good day for me. But just the competitive nature of it, period, man. That's what this is about.
Never give up, baby. Never give up.
We actually have one of the hosts that helped with us at the Upstate Golf Guys, Mike Ray. He's from North Central Florida. He won 2023 C Flight. Mike Ray.
D Flight.
Right.
Oh, D Flight.
Right.
Yeah. He's part of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast, and we'd love to hear about his story 2 years ago at the Nationals.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're growing this thing, man. We're growing this thing nationwide, man. It's we got a co-host from down in Florida, and we got Tom, crazy Tom. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. The podcast has been a lot of fun. But again, listen, CEPHAS, we're gonna let you go. We're gonna close this thing out.
Before he goes, just give a shout out for your website for any DC Metro area guys if they're listening and they want to sign up on your tour.
Yep, where can they find you, my man?
Yeah, Golf Week Amateur Tour, DC Metro. We'd love to have you. You can catch us on Facebook with a link that'll take you back to the site as well as X. I'm going to add, now that you got me thinking, I'm going to go ahead and do TikTok and Instagram. Well, TikTok may not be around long, but Instagram going to be there. So
yeah, they might ban that. You're right.
Yeah, they may shut that down, but the bottom line is, advertising golf, playing golf, having fun, the competitiveness. I think a lot of folks come because of the competitiveness. That's what keeps them here. And so as long as we're doing what we're supposed to do as tour directors, keeping it fun, keeping the players honest with the handicaps and doing the right things, we're going to continue to grow. I mean, great setup, from Dennis and team across the country. We got some great tour directors. It's all about being people persons and making golf fun, and that's what we do.
1,000%. Nailed it, man. And with that said, we appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you for all the support, my Golf Week Amateur Tour family, for listening to another episode of the Upstate Golf Guys podcast.